Yo, what up everyone? How you doing? Welcome back to another video. Sorry I'm gonna sound like I'm whispering, but people are asleep, so this time it's gonna be a little, well, you should be able to hear me just fine, to be honest. But anyways, here we go. Another episode of Tiki Taka. You guys seem to be enjoying this so much. Let's try and smash that like button. Maybe 200 likes would be sick, but I have changed things around this time. I've gone for a completely different league. Well, hybrid if you want to call it that, but you're used to seeing Spanish players in there. There's only one this time, and it's Borja Valero. Now, I wanted to show that I can also do with cheaper teams, and I will continue to do even cheaper, even non-rares. But different leagues, different players have different types of possession football, tiki-taka football. This one isn't like your usual Xavi, Iniesta, quick one-touches all the time. Sometimes it's slow possession, so I'm just holding onto the ball for a bit to drag out my opponent from his park the bus, because when they see I stop playing tiki-taka, they park the bus like there's no other person that can. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but yeah, the team costs around 36 on PlayStation and 26 on Xbox. Prices do change over throughout the year, so yeah, bear that in mind when you're watching this sometime down the line. But the first team we come up against is rather sick, quite expensive compared to one I'm using, obviously. But it shouldn't be a match for me because this squad is ridiculous. Now, the three in midfield. Now, it's always important the way you use and build your tiki-taka. Now, the midfield always have to have high passing, amazing passing. Forget their pace, forget their shots. With tiki-taka, we're not going to be shooting outside the box as much. We're trying to break open the defense and let the wingers and strikers do the work. So I had some doubts with Cavani, Lucas, and Gomez because their passing isn't the greatest, and boy, did they prove me wrong, because this is absolutely amazing. Lucas, Cavani, and Gomez, unbelievable. Like I'm quite shocked. Like I think the last episode had Lukaku and De La Feu, and they were amazing. But these guys, obviously Cavani is similar to Lukaku, big and strong in the box, and then you have Lucas, who's fast like De La Feu, and boy, was this amazing. Like they turned out to, to be able to handle possession really well. Good one touches, great ball control, and of course the most commonly asked question in this series is, what player instructions do I use? I don't use anything, because most of the squads I build, they seem to have perfect work rates. Everything seems fine. I only focus on the midfield, so you don't really need player instructions for the squads I use. I promise you that, because I take time when I make my squads. I don't just put it together and be like, hey, like I said, this squad, I expected it to fail, but it turned out to be great. The three in midfield, Pastore, Banega, and Borja Valero. Borja Valero is unbelievable. You shall see at the end of every Tiki-Taka episode now, I put this thing called midfield ratings, and it'll give you an overall rating of how they actually played. And Borja Valero gets a solid 9 out of 10. Probably solid would have meant 10 out of 10, but yeah, I messed that up. But yeah, rage quit there, and that's a good sign with the team he has. You can see the stats here. As you know, I've added this in after every game, but don't always pay attention to the possession. I could have like 80 for 20, and then right in the last 10-15 minutes, the guy could just, stop playing possession football. But yeah, another thing is, a lot of people ask me as well, how can you handle park the bus? In my opinion, park the bus doesn't even matter. Like, people also ask me, how do you defend against tiki-taka? Now, last year, parking the bus and hitting on the counter worked. This year, I don't really care much for that. I don't really think it works as much, because when you park the bus against them, they just hold the possession of the ball, and they've already pushed you way too, you're obviously staying in your own half, and then you won't really get enough lift off to hit the counter attack, because for example, you have everyone back, the striker's there ready to lead it. If he's fast, fine, you get past 1, 2, and then they'll close you down, and you won't have enough players up there. This year, parking the bus doesn't work. Like at the start of FIFA, someone played insanely good with a Spanish team against me. Played amazing tiki-taka, and I beat him 1-0. It doesn't matter. I didn't even park the bus. You just gotta take your time. Eventually, he's gonna make a mistake with the pass. I make mistakes with my passes, and it happens. But yeah, you just gotta get used to it, and just don't get pressured too much. Let him have possession of the ball. It doesn't really matter. And then eventually, he will make a mistake, or just keep it calm at the back, and then you can work your way up slowly as well. You can counterattack as well. Don't get me wrong. You can definitely do that. But yeah, as you can see, the possession football this time isn't what you're used to seeing. There are still some really good one touches, but I like the way this team plays. It sometimes slows down after some lovely good touches. As you can see here, slows down a bit, plays it to the wing. Usually I wouldn't play it there with the Spanish team. You can see I've just slowed it down a bit, played it across. Lovely play here, and then scoop turn, and boom. Bit unlucky there, good save. But I really think the three up front This is unbelievable. I love Gomez. I think he fits into this team absolutely perfectly. He is definitely a hidden gem, guys. You need to try him out. Argentinian winger, absolutely fantastic. Got a good amount of pace as well. Can deliver some good through balls. I think he's great. But overall, this squad is not bad. I hope you guys are happy that I made a cheaper one. I'm thinking about going a little more expensive. For the next episode, I want to bring in some Xavi, Cazorla, maybe, or we'll have to see. I want to see. Maybe I'm going to go with 4-2-2 this time instead of wingers and try and crack open the defense through the middle instead of playing it through the wings. Because with Tiki Taka, wingers are so important. It's so easy to break it open. But with 4-2-2, we'll have to see how they play. This is one of my favorite goals of this episode. That's some lovely play. It wasn't your typical across the goal, lovely over the top through ball after some lovely one-touch play. But yeah, if you have any recommendations for the next Tiki Taka as well, well, not the next one, the next one, a cheap one maybe, just mention down below. Of course, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and hit that like button to show how much you enjoy this series, and I will come up with some new ones, and I have an absolutely amazing video coming out in 3 days. Stay tuned for that. Have a wonderful day, guys. Peace. It took me a while to make this. Imagine 52 rare gold player packs. Now these are basically